What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today doing a Dragon Ruler deck profile. So I'm really excited to do this one for you guys because this deck just got some insane new support out of Alliance Insight, taking this deck to a whole new level. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go and get straight on into this. So first off, we're playing 2 copies of Title. Title is definitely a 2-of in the build, and all of your Dragon Ruler monsters actually share a common effect. And if this card's in your hand or the graveyard, you can banish a total of 2 of their corresponding attribute and or dragon type monsters from your hand or the graveyard, except this card, to special summon them to your side of the field. But during your opponent's end phase, if this card was special summoned, you return them back to the hand. This card has a super unique effect that you can actually discard this card and a water monster to add to the graveyard to actually send a monster from your deck to the graveyard, making Title an awesome foolish burial. And all of your Dragon Ruler monsters actually share an awesome common ability that if this card is banished, you can actually add a corresponding attribute dragon type monster from your deck to your hand, which is a great ability, but you can only use 1 effect of them per turn and only once that turn. But playing Title at 2 in this deck is awesome because this card is basically a foolish burial for the build. We then play 2 copies of Blaster. Blaster is definitely a 2-of in the build as well because this card helps you pop cards on the field. We then play 2 copies of Tempest. Tempest helps you search out the exact dragon monster you need from your deck to your hand. You can discard this card and a wind monster to the graveyard to be able to add a dragon type monster from your deck to your hand, which is a great effect. We then played 2 copies of Redox. Redox is actually a monster reborn for this build, helping you bring back a monster to your side of the field using its effect. We then play a single copy of Stream. Stream is great to be able to play in the deck, and this card is an awesome ability that you can discard this card and a dragon or a water monster to special summon a Title Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls directly from your deck, but it cannot attack this turn, which is a great effect which all of your different baby rulers between the water, fire, wind, and earth baby rulers actually share that common effect to be able to summon out the adult versions of them, which is so cool. We then play a single copy of Burner, a single copy of Lightning, and a single copy of Pebbles. These all do the exact same thing to basically just help you summon out your copy of your adult rulers to your side of the field, which is awesome, and it's just super cool to be able to summon out the dragon rulers using these cards, but I feel like 1 each is really all you need in this build, especially with how consistent the deck is now because of the new dragon rulers. We then play 3 copies of Spectral Dragon Ruler of Flickers. This card is really good as a 3-of and is actually one of the reasons this deck has been taken to a whole new level, is this card has the ability you can actually discard this card and a dragon or a light monster to add 2 Dragon Ruler monsters from your deck to your hand, except another copy of this card, which is a crazy powerful effect to grab the exact Dragon Rulers that you need off this card's effect, basically being a pendulum call while also getting you monsters in the graveyard to be able to basically banish for your Dragon Rulers to summon themselves. You can also banish this card from the graveyard and this card and a dragon or light monster and then target a copy of your Chasm Dragon Ruler of Auroras in your graveyard and special summon it, which is a great effect to be able to use to instantly bring back your light Dragon Ruler. We then play a single copy of Nebulous Dragon Ruler of Mishaps. This card is awesome and actually one of my favorite new Dragon Rulers, but definitely comment down below which one your favorite is. But this card is built, you can discard this card and a dragon or a dark monster and then target 2 of your banished Dragon Ruler monsters with different attributes except a copy of this card and special summon them, but they cannot attack this turn. And also banish from your graveyard this card and a dragon or a dark monster, just like your copy of your Spectral, to be able to target a copy of Eclipse, the Dragon Ruler of Catastrophes in the graveyard and special summon it, which is great that these cards both summon out their adult versions, even though they're XZs, which is super cool. We then play 3 copies of Dora Dora. Dora is great for our Tenpai engine that we're playing in this build because this card is an awesome normal summon, as if it's normal summon, you can actually add a level 4 or lower fire dragon monster from your deck to your hand, which you're always adding your copy of Genroku, because Genroku will actually special summon itself to your side of the field. If this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, you can special summon this card as a tuner and then increase its level by 1. And also, quick effect, you can actually tribute this card to be able to special summon a Tenpai Dragon monster from your deck, except another copy of this card, which is a great ability to instantly bring out an additional monster to your side of the field, like your copy of Pydra, which we're also playing as a 2 of in the build, because when Pydra is normally a special summon, you can actually add a Sangan Spell or Trap from your deck to your hand, which is a great ability to be able to OTK your opponent with your Tenpai Dragons, or use them to be able to help you bring out different monsters to your side of the field. So you can basically use this as an engine to be able to bring out additional monsters, so you can summon out your different dragon rulers, and it's so cool to be able to play these in the deck. We then play a single copy of Chundra. Chundra is awesome as a 1 of in the build, and has an awesome ability that if you control a fire dragon monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, which is a great ability to instantly bring this card out to your side of the field. We then play a single copy of Fadra. Fadra is great in this deck as a 1-of to be able to play, because this card just helps you OTK your opponent using your Tenpai Dragons, and it's awesome to be able to play a small Tenpai Dragon engine in this deck to help you go in for game. So, that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the hand trap monsters. So for the hand trap monsters, we're going to start with a single copy of Bystial Magnemite. Bystial Magnemite is great as a 1-of in the build, because this card has a crazy power effect to let you target a light or a dark monster in either player's graveyard and banish it, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand, and it's a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. And if this card is special summoned, you can activate its effect during the end phase of this turn. You can add a dragon monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except a copy of this card, which is a great ability to grab any of your rulers, like your new copy of Spectral, to be able to go in for your full combo, which is insane. We then play a single copy of Quakimeru Drago. Drago is crazy powerful in the deck, and just a really good floodgate in this build, because this card is really, during each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send an Iron Core Quakimeru from your hand to the graveyard, or you reveal a dragon monster in your hand. And the Floodgate ability is neither player can special summon light or dark monsters, which is a crazy powerful effect in today's meta. With Blue Eyes, Malice, and Ryzeal all running around in the meta, this card can end games. We then play 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is definitely a 3-of in the build to basically just stop the opponent from touching the deck. We then play 3 copies of Molcharmy Fluros. Fluros is really good as a 3-of in the build to basically just draw a card every single time your opponent special summons, almost like a Maxi, but they had to special summon from the deck or the extra deck to be able to draw that card. We then play 3 copies of Droll and Lockbird. Droll and Lockbird is great as a 3-of in the build to basically just stop the opponent from touching the deck for the rest of the turn. And the great thing about your hand traps in the build is you can even use them with your rulers to be able to banish, to be able to summon them out to your side of the field, which is insane to be able to do, because we are playing wind hand traps and fire hand traps, which is insane. Plus our Floodgate monster and Magnemite is just great to be able to search out the exact dragon we need, like our copy of Spectral. So, that's it for our other monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start with a single copy of Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave is really good as a 1-of to basically just stop your opponent's hand traps when we're going in for all of our plays. We then play a single copy of Gold Sarcophagus. Gold Sarcophagus is crazy powerful in this deck to basically make your dragon rulers go off, because you just banish one of them from your deck, which is crazy powerful in this build. We play a single copy of Sangan Kaiman. Sangan Kaiman is really powerful in this deck because this card is searchable off your copy of Pydra with the ability that you apply one of these effects, or if you activate this this effect during the battle phase, you can apply both in sequence to be able to add a level 4 lower fire dragon monster from your deck to your hand, and special summon a fire dragon monster in your hand, but you're usually searching your copy of Chundra on this effect, so you basically just activate it during the main phase and special summon out your copy of your Chundra. We then play a single copy of Sangan Summoning. Sangan Summoning is great to help us OTK our opponent, and this card is built during the main phase. 1, fire dragon monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects, and during your main phase you can add a Tempai dragon monster from your deck to your hand, then discard a card, which actually helps a lot in this deck to help us get different monsters in the graveyard so we can actually use them with our rulers. Also, if this card is destroyed during the battle phase, you can actually target a dragon single monster you control and double its attack, which works really well with our copy of our Trident Dragon. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to start off with our new Light Dragon Ruler of Auroras. This card is definitely a 2-0 in the build, and it's so nice that we finally have Light and Dark Dragon Rulers. I'm so excited about this. This card is awesome. It has the ability requires 2 level 7 dragon monsters to be able to make this card. In quick effect, you can actually send a level 7 Dragon Ruler monster from your deck to the graveyard and detach a material from this card, and this card's effect becomes that sent monster's effect that would discard themselves to activate, which is a great ability to be able to use to basically just copy the effects of your Dragon Rulers, which is so nice to be able to do. And if this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can actually special summon 1 level 7 Dragon Ruler monster from the graveyard or the banishment, basically floating into a different monster, which is awesome. We play a single copy of Eclipse Dragon Ruler of Catastrophes. You really only need a single copy of this card, but this card looks epic. I absolutely love this card, and definitely comment down below which one of the Dragon Rulers is your favorite. This card is now my favorite Dragon Ruler. This card is awesome. This card's ability, if this card is XZ summon, you can actually target a level 4 or lower Dragon Ruler monster in your graveyard or banishment and special summon 1 level or rank 7 Dragon Ruler monster that mentioned on that targeted monster from your deck or banishment. Then shuffle the targeted monster into the deck. Also, when your opponent activates a spell trap card or effect, quick effect, you can actually detach 2 materials on this card to negate the activation if you banish that card, which is a crazy powerful effect. We then play a single copy of Disaster Dragon Ruler of All Apocalypses. This card is insane. If you summon out this card to your side of the field, you're winning the game. This card has a crazy powerful effect that actually takes 2 rank 7 monsters to make this card, and if this card is XZ summoned, you can target up to 4 level 7 Dragon Ruler monsters in your graveyard and or banishment and attach them to this card. Then you can manage all monsters that your opponent's field and graveyard with the same attribute as this card's materials, which is super easy to actually attach all 6 different attributes to this card. This card also has a crazy powerful effect that when this card has a light, dark, earth, water, fire, and wind Dragon Ruler monster as a material, it gains 4,600 attack and defense, and also it's unaffected by other cards' effects, which is insane because that's actually the combined stats of all the Dragon Ruler monsters. If you take the attack and defense of every single Dragon Ruler and add the attack and the defense points together, they always equal 4,600. So this card is the king of all Dragon Rulers, which is so cool. We made a single copy of Dark Armed, the Dragon of Annihilation. This card is great to help you pop cards on the field during the main phase 2, because during the main phase 1, you're not going to want to activate this card's effect because you're not going to be able to attack with it after you activate its ability. So always attack with this card first, and then during the main phase 2, activate its ability to pop cards on the field, plus it banishes cards in the graveyard, which is great. We made a single copy of the Darkest Doom Rider. Darkest Doom Rider is great because it helps us pop cards on the field. It's just a really good option overall in this deck. As once per turn, you can detach 2 materials on this card, target a face-up card on the field, and destroy it. And if you destroyed a monster, you can actually make 1 face-up monster that you control gain attack equal destroyed monster's original level or rank times 300 until the end of the turn. And this card cannot attack the turn you activate its effect. And this is a quick effect if it is a dragon's material, but it cannot activate the effect during the the damage step, which is a great ability to use this card as a quick effect pop. We then play a single copy of Typhon. Typhon is great in this build as a 1-up. Basically just bounce cards off the field and uses a skill drain for 3,000 or higher attack point monsters. We then play a single copy of Zeus. Zeus is great in this build to use it as a board wipe in this deck because it's so powerful in this build to be able to use, because you can basically just use this card on top of any of your XZs to help you just break boards. We then play 2 copies of Bident. Bident is great in this build as a 2-up because it's easy to synchro summon into this level 7 dragon monster with the ability, if this card is synchro summon, you can actually target a fire dragon monster in the grave and special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest turn except dragon, which is totally fine in this deck. Also, this card has a really cool ability. If 3 or more attacks have been declared this turn, quick effect, you can special summon this card in the graveyard, and then destroy a spell or trap on the field, which is such a powerful effect to be able to use. We then play a single copy of Transcendent Dragon. This card is great to help you OTK, as all monsters your opponent control must attack, and if able, and your opponent cannot activate the effects of cards during the battle phase. And if this card is single summon, you can actually change all monsters on the field to attack position, and if 3 or more attacks have been declared this turn, quick effect, you can special summon this card from the graveyard, then destroy a card, but you only use that effect once per duel, but you're only going to ever activate it once per duel anyways. We play a single copy of Trident Dragon. This card can attack 3 times, and if you pop your field spell with this card, it'll actually go up to 6,000 attack points, which is insane, and then you just OTK your opponent. We play a single copy of SP to use this card as a double interruption. 1 copy of Heretic Seal. Heretic Seal is actually insane, and usually we end on this card and our copy of Disaster, so we can summon out Draco to our side of the field to lock down our opponent. And then finally, we play a single copy of Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon is just a good option in this deck. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This deck is actually insane, and it's so nice to finally have new Dragon Rulers. And definitely comment down below which one of the Dragon Rulers is your favorite. Mine is actually Eclipse. Eclipse is just so cool, and it's just amazing to actually have new Dragon Rulers. And all the Dragon Rulers be at 3, which is so cool. So that's gonna do this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.